southern Spain offers far more than famous cities and crowded resort areas. Across the Andalusian region, you'll encounter dramatic natural features, centuries of cultural exchange, unparalleled architecture, remarkable engineering, and communities shaped by diverse traditions. Over the next 10 days, you'll visit places where ancient civilizations left their mark, explore landscapes unlike anywhere else in Europe, and discover settlements that developed in response to challenging terrain and changing empires. If you're looking for variety, depth, and memorable places beyond the usual tourist trail, this itinerary delivers. Let's get going! Our journey commences in Ronda, about 2 hours west of Malaga, at the edge of the El Tajo Gorge. Here, the 18th century Puente Nuevo connects the old Moorish quarter with the newer district across the ravine. Look for the room directly above the central arch. It once served as a prison. From there, continue to the Casa del Rey Moro in the Old Town, a 14th century palace complex. Its main feature is a steep water mine carved through the cliffs, once used to haul up water for the city during sieges. Don't miss the colorful terraced gardens with their fountains and pools. A short walk away are the exceptionally unspoiled Arab baths of Ronda, a 13th century engineering marvel whose hydraulic systems and vaulted chambers have survived nearly intact. This medieval town has other significant sites, including the Plaza de Toros de Ronda. This 18th century bullring is closely associated with the development of modern bullfighting traditions. Information in the arena access corridors explains how events were staged. Also worth some time is the Palacio de Mondragón, with its fabulous architecture and spectacular views from cliffside gardens. End the day at one of the neighborhood's pastry shops and treat yourself to yemas de ronda, the local specialty. On day 2, head to the Serranía de Ronda, where mountains, archaeological sites, and natural formations define the landscape. Your first stop is the Roman ruins of Asinipo, located on a high plateau with wide vistas across the countryside. The site includes a well-preserved Roman theater, stone foundations, and even remains of a settlement that predates the Romans. Next, go to the Cueva del Gato Natural Area, a complex cave system at the base of the Sierra de Grazalema foothills. The cat-shaped entrance opens onto a turquoise spring pool fed by underground rivers, creating a scenic freshwater swimming spot. Other caves in the area worth exploring include La Pileta Cave, with its 30,000-year-old pristine paintings, and Cueva del Tesoro, with stunning water-carved caverns and tunnels. As you return to Ronda, gaze in awe at the incredible scenery along the gorge, particularly at the Mirador de Aldehuela. In the evening, wander the streets of Ronda, where ancient city walls stand alongside exquisite Art Nouveau buildings, creating a striking blend of medieval and early 20th century design. Andalusia is legendary for its characteristic white villages, and on day 3 we'll check out 3, each offering a very different setting and character. Start in Zahara de la Sierra, dramatically positioned beneath a Moorish stronghold overlooking a massive reservoir. Climb to the tower at the summit for sweeping panoramas across the Sierra de Grazalema Natural Park. The ascent passes narrow lanes lined with whitewashed facades, flowering balconies, and small plazas tucked between tightly packed homes. Afterward, drive to Grazalema, encircled by sharp limestone peaks. This mountain community is famous for its traditional textile heritage, and several shops still sell wool products made using centuries-old techniques. Stroll through the compact core, then make your way to the nearby Mirador de los Peñascos, where jagged ridges rise above deep valleys in every direction. Finish the circuit in Setenil de las Bodegas, a unique Spanish settlement known for streets built beneath enormous rock overhangs that form natural roofs above homes, cafes, and shops. Walk along Calle Cuevas del Sol and Calle Cuevas de la Sombra, and admire how builders incorporated the canyon walls directly into everyday structures. Day 4 brings you to Nerja, where impressive cliffside views and an exceedingly attractive village combine to create a rewarding day of exploration. Begin at the caves of Nerja, a vast network discovered in 1959 by a group of local teenagers. Elevated walkways lead through immense halls filled with towering stalactites and stalagmites. don't miss the Hall of Cataclysm with its 100-foot-tall rock column, one of the world's largest. Carry on to the Nerja Museum to learn more about what's been found in these archaeological wonders. Later, wander over to the Balcony of Europe, a palm-lined promenade extending above the Mediterranean. You'll find uninterrupted sightlines of coves, headlands, and distant mountain slopes meeting the shoreline. Conclude the day in Frigiliana, a hillside community renowned for its Moorish layout. Its stepped passageways, artistic street mosaics, and bright white buildings make it one of Andalusia's most winsome villages. Look for the Eagle Aqueduct on your way back to Nerja. It's still used to water the crops. In the morning on day 5, travel about 2.5 hours north to Úbeda, a UNESCO-listed city with a notable concentration of Renaissance architecture. Your first stop is the Sacra Capilla del Salvador, a private funerary chapel celebrated as a masterpiece of Spanish classical design. Nearby stands the Palacio de las Cadenas, now serving as the town hall. Its elegant proportions and carved stonework demonstrate the wealth and influence that transformed Úbeda during its golden age. Don't miss the 16th-century Hospital de Santiago, a giant complex featuring a grand staircase, delightful courtyards, and a noteworthy chapel. It was designed to serve as both a medical institution and a symbol of local prestige. The Palacio del Deán Ortega, now a hotel, is also worth a visit, even if you don't stay there. Its central pillared patio is widely considered one of the most beautiful in Andalusia. Before leaving, take in the olive-covered countryside. This region produces a considerable share of Spain's olive oil, and many estates give guided tastings. The destination for Day 6 is Baeza, another UNESCO-listed site whose atmosphere differs noticeably from neighboring Úbeda. Here, quiet squares, academic institutions, and sandstone monuments create a setting shaped by scholarship and religion. Your starting point is the Cathedral of Baeza, constructed on the site of a former mosque. Its Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque features reflect centuries of change. Check out the amazing views from the 11th-century minaret bell tower, then look for the Door of Pardon. Facing the cathedral is the Seminario de San Felipe Neri, its reddish facade covered in 17th-century student graffiti, celebrating academic success. Step inside to see its peaceful Andalusian courtyard. Keep walking to the Palacio de Jabalquinto, Baeza's most spectacular palace. Its intricate carvings and decorative stonework make it one of Andalusia's most distinctive buildings. End the day at Plaza del Populo, where fountains and civic properties illustrate Baeza's medieval and Renaissance importance. On Day 7, drive 90 minutes south to Gaudix and seek out the cave quarter. Here, hundreds of homes have been carved into the soft clay hills, with many still inhabited today. The best perspective is delivered by the Cerro de la Bala viewpoint, where a sea of white chimney stacks rises from the hillsides, illustrating the scale of this unique cave-dwelling location. Visit the Cave Interpretation Center to learn about the history and functionality of these unusual residences. Afterward, make your way to the Cathedral of Gaudix, an enchanting structure with a blend of architectural styles. Its imposing facade dominates the city and reflects centuries of development following the Christian reconquest. Later, drive to Gorafe Megalithic Park, where more than 200 dolmens are scattered. Some of these prehistoric tombs have been reconstructed, allowing access to their stone chambers. The adjacent information center explains the burial customs of the people that inhabited this territory over 5,000 years ago. Several designated overlooks around Gorafe grant you access to the region's distinct badlands topography. Deep ravines, narrow ridges, and eroded clay formations dominate, creating a setting that differs noticeably from the mountains, olive groves, and urban centers encountered so far on this journey. Day 8 is spent in Lorca, a city long associated with noble families and monumental architecture. Kick off at Lorca Castle, a vast complex occupying a ridge above the urban zone. The site encompasses exhibition spaces and period reenactments during the summer. Within the grounds, the Alfonsina Tower and Espolon Tower provide panoramic outlooks across the surrounding countryside. Recent excavations inside the fortress uncovered a medieval Jewish quarter, including artifacts and the remains of a synagogue that escaped destruction. Then, descend to Plaza de España, where several remarkable buildings face onto an elegant public square. Among them is the 15th-century collegiate church of San Patricio, known for its grand scale and ornate design. For something different, consider visiting one of the many Brotherhood museums even if embroidery isn't your thing. They all boast opulent award-winning silk and gold thread tapestries, featuring a technique known as needle painting. Round out the day by exploring the city's collection of palaces, mansions, and churches. Many display richly ornamented Baroque facades, demonstrating the prosperity Lorca achieved through agriculture and trade. It's day 9 and we're going to Almería, a coastal city with striking desert conditions and ancient Moorish history. Begin at the 10th century Alcazaba of Almería. Covering more than 8 acres, it ranks among the largest Muslim fortifications constructed on the Iberian Peninsula. You'll see defensive walls, towers, courtyards, 17th-century gardens and residential sections spread across 3 enclosed precincts. Below the citadel stands the Cathedral of Almería, completed when pirate attacks posed a constant threat along the coast. Its unusual design incorporates battlements, corner turrets, and reinforced masonry rarely associated with religious properties. Another highlight are the Spanish Civil War shelters, an underground network extending several miles beneath the streets. Built in the 1930s, the tunnels protected residents during air raids and are among Europe's largest accessible shelter systems. Dedicate the remainder of the afternoon to the city's central districts, where pedestrian avenues and refreshing fountains reveal a side of Almería often disregarded by those heading directly to the beach. Our final day combines 2 of southeastern Spain's most distinguishing environments, the volcanic terrain of Cabo de Gata and the Tabernas Desert. Start inside Cabo de Gata Natural Park, a protected space with important geological significance. Head to the Arrecife de las Arenas, where jagged rock formations extend into the sea below the Cabo de Gata lighthouse. Your next stop is the Los Escuyos Castle, an 18th-century fortress built to monitor maritime traffic and discourage raids. Its position allows an opportunity to explore both the defensive structure and the rugged shore. Then, travel inland to the Tabernas Desert, widely recognized as Europe's only true desert. Decades of film production transformed the region into a major hub for Western movies. Several original sets remain open to the public, including Fort Bravo and Oasis Mini Hollywood. Walk through recreated frontier streets, see production exhibits, and discover how these locations were adapted for cinema. After a final glimpse of the desert landscapes, it's time to leave the movie world behind and return to reality. Head back to Almería for your onward connections. Thanks for joining this journey. Over the past 10 days, you've traced a route through an extraordinary cross-section of southern Spain. You've stood above deep ravines, entered underground chambers created over millennia, examined traces of ancient societies, and learned about unusual residential communities. Along the way, each stop revealed a different chapter of the region's story. Few destinations combine such a wide range of settings, traditions, and landmarks within a single journey, making this a rewarding adventure from beginning to end. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with others who prefer detailed itineraries that balance classic attractions, lesser-known places, and realistic pacing. See you in another Travel Top 10 video where we'll spend 10 days in a different region of Europe.